find the zeros of the polynomial p of x equals x square minus 125 and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of this polynomial. Let's start by factorizing the given polynomial. It's x square minus 125. X square minus 125 is of the form a square minus b square. A square minus b square will factorize as a plus b times a minus b. So, a for us is x, b is equal to square root of 125, which is not because 125 is not a perfect square. Square root of 125 is not going to be an integer. So, x square minus 125 will factorize as x plus square root of 125 times x minus square root of 125. Next step, having factorized it, let's find out the zeros of the polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial is found out by basically picking each of these factors and equating it to 0. So, x plus square root of 125, when we equate it to 0, we get the value of x to be equal to minus square root of 125. Let's say this is alpha, one of the zeros of this polynomial. The second zero of the polynomial is by equating the other factor x minus square root of 125 to be a 0. Translates to x is equal to plus square root of 125. Let's call this 0 to be equal to a beta. So, zeros of this polynomial are minus under root of 125 and plus under root of 125. We found out the zeros, part 1 done. Part 2, we are essentially going to verify the relationship between the zeros, the sum of the zeros, product of zeros, by actually adding and multiplying the zeros and verifying it with the formula that we have from the coefficients of the polynomial. The given polynomial is actually a quadratic polynomial. So, for a quadratic polynomial of the form ax square plus bx plus c, let's find out what is a in our case. A is equal to a 1. What is b? B is equal to 0. There is no x term at all. And what is c? C is equal to minus 125. We found out the zeros in the last slide. The zeros are alpha and beta. The alpha for us is equal to minus square root of 125 and beta is equal to plus square root of 125. Start with the first part. Let's find out the sum of the zeros. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus square root of 125 plus square root of 125. This is equal to a 0. Let's quickly validate it, verify it with the formula that we get for sum of the zeros from the coefficients of the polynomial. Sum of the zeros alpha plus beta we know is equal to minus b upon a. What is b in this case? B is equal to 0. So, minus 0 divided by 1, which is equal to 0. So, the sum of the zeros by actually adding the zeros and by using the coefficient formula, we got the same answer. So, we validated the sum. Let's do the same exercise with a product. Product of the zeros alpha beta in our case is equal to minus square root of 125, which is alpha, times square root of 125. Root 125 into root 125 is a 125. So, this is equal to minus 125. That's a value of alpha beta. Using the coefficient formula, alpha beta is equal to a c upon a. What is c for us? C is equal to minus 125. What is a in this case? A is equal to 1. So, it's the same minus 125. So, validated what we got as zeros, sum and product of zeros, by actually adding and multiplying the zeros to what we should get using the coefficients of the polynomial.
Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.